And India seems to be doing a lot of that recently, treading the fine line of diplomacy. And that playbook may soon have to be used again. Let me tell you why. The G7 nations have unveiled a new plan to target Russia. They want to cap the price of Russian oil. How exactly would that work? Well, right now, Russia is funding its war with gas and oil exports. They are earning billions of dollars from it. In the month of May, Russia's oil revenue reached $20 billion. The G7 wants to curb that. They want to limit the price of Russian crude. The process sounds simple on paper. All buyers must agree to purchase Russian oil at a lower price, basically at a discount. Let me give you an example here. Assume the market price of oil is $100 per barrel. According to this proposal, Russia will not be able to sell at $100. Their selling price will be capped, maybe at $90 or even $80. The cap will be decided by all the buyers together. The only condition is the price cap must be higher than the production cost, or else it makes no sense for Russia to export. Now, how will this plan help the West? It will reduce Russia's profits from oil sales, and at the same time, other oil producers will not be hurt, like Saudi Arabia or Iraq or the UAE. They can still sell oil at the market price. I know the plan sounds simple enough, but implementing this will be extremely hard. For starters, a price cap requires every buyer to be on board. That includes India and China. Both countries have increased their oil imports since the war. Put together, they are buying 11 million tons more. That's almost $9 billion. The question is, will China and India agree to a price cap? Well, why would they? Russia is already selling at a discount to both countries. Plus, Putin is not happy about this proposal. He says any country joining it will not get Russian oil.
What comes around goes around, like a boomerang. You asked me about the price cap on our energy commodities that some people are making some decisions about. It's an absolutely dumb decision. If someone tries to implement it, this won't lead to anything good for those who take this decision.
Any decision must be weighed based on a cost-benefit analysis. In this case, the cost is too high and the benefit too little. India is already getting cheaper oil from Russia. But for the sake of argument, let's assume the price cap is even lower. That's what the US is trying to say. Let me quote what the Deputy Treasury Secretary said. Our hope is that countries like China and India will join the price cap coalition or take advantage of the price cap coalition to lower the amount of money that Russia makes from oil exports. You can see what they are doing here, making it seem like the price cap is advantageous for India. But what about the flip side? What if Putin stops selling oil to countries that join this proposal? Then India will be left with nothing. Neither discounted oil nor capped oil. And having said that, India has not outrightly rejected the proposal. The petroleum minister said he would study it. At the same time, he made another thing clear. India would keep buying Russian oil as long as necessary. As for China, it is a foregone conclusion. They are politically supporting Russia in this war. So without China and India, the price cap is a non-starter. It will not help reduce Russia's revenue from oil. So where does that leave the West? They do have a more rational option. Russia's revenues are so high because oil prices are so high. To reduce that revenue, oil prices must fall. And how will that happen? By increasing output. OPEC has so far refused to increase oil output. In fact, earlier this week, they agreed to cut production. So the only option is to bring more producers on board. And I'm talking about Iran and Venezuela. Both countries are banned from selling oil in the global market. And if you lift that ban, prices will fall. Iran's capacity is almost 3.8 million barrels per day. Venezuela's is almost 700,000 barrels. If that oil enters the market, the prices will fall. But the West will not do that. They are not willing to abandon their interests to slash Russia's revenue. But they are asking India to do the same. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.